All right, welcome to another episode. Oops, is this recording or what? All right, thank you for joining today's daily update. This is Apex Investor, not a financial advisor or expert, just a regular guy with great instincts. Today, we're looking at Volume Kings, and the Volume King for today is BDGR, Black Dragon Resource Companies Incorporated, over 2.3 billion volume. Okay, that's all for that. Let's look at the value picks. Oop. Okay, we have a value pick. So I searched and I searched and I finally found a value pick. However, it's not at the price we want it, but it is a good stock and it's a stock we will want to keep an eye on in the future. It's called Tupperware, TUP. I think everyone knows who this is. Needs no introduction. They make the plastic packaging and containers for your leftovers. I didn't realize this was such a good play. Looking at their market cap, over $1 billion, meets that requirement. Uh, Looking at their uh, target price is $41. That's pretty good. Their 52-week range was $1.15 to $38.59. Imagine buying this at $1 and then cashing it at 40. Wow, that is amazing. That's even more than GameStop. Average volume is 791K, and today's volume was 7 million. Mama, that's big. And looking at their, uh, what am I looking at? Institutional ownership, 78%. That's really strong. That's very good. And their RSI is at 31, so not oversold, kind of in between. But that's still pretty good. You want it closer to 20, but that's still pretty good nonetheless. Again, 52-week range, $1.15 to $38.59, and today it closed at $32. So, oh, I'm sorry, it's at $25.96. Okay, and it went down 20%. So it was down overall 29% for the month. And let's look at their chart on Webull. Hold on, let me just look at the comments here really quick. Okay. It looks like they reported earnings. Where was this? One of America's most reliable, responsible companies by Newsweek. Okay, whatever that means. So they reported their quarterly Q4 earnings, and I suppose it was negative or it was positive. I'm not sure. It says it comes up short of expectations. Revenue rises, so it's a mixed bag there for Tupperware. Looking at the chart here on Webull, this is the maximum chart. This stock is $10. It's a solid buy at $10 and under, in my opinion. If you can get this under $10, you could easily sell it. And this is back in 2013. It was it was up at 80. However, that's a little too far. So let's look at the more recent numbers back in March. Oh man, to pick this up in March. Actually, in March it was closer to what is that? $5. Looks like $2 or so. Anyway, $5 and under was the price in March of last year, and it went from 67 all the way down to $1, and it's been going up ever since. Let's look at this meteoric rise of Tupperware. Didn't think I'd be talking about Tupperware today, but here we are. So it was down at $1.50 or $1.15 March last year. It went up to $5 in November, went down a little to under $4 in let's see, July. It went up to 14, stayed steady, went even higher in September of last year to 26. It took a dip to 20 in October, And then looking at where we are now, more recently, it went up to 20, no, 30, around $30 in November. Took a little dip, not too much of a dip, but went up even higher to 36 in November. Took a dip to 32 in December, and then towards the end of the year, actually the beginning of this year, we see it at 37 thereabouts in January. Took another dip to 30, under 30, and then went up again to 37. This is a healthy stock, good volatility. However, in my personal opinion, I'm not going to touch this. I want it to go back down to below $10. This is a really good stock. As you can see, if you can pick this up, I think the true support, if you look at the volume right there, that's a massive spike right there. That's the real volume at $12. So this is a solid buy anywhere from, even here's a spike here. I would say, you know what, just to be safe, I don't think that's where you want to buy, especially in light of a looming market crash. This will go below 20. So I personally would pick this up. This might be my play for the stock market crash. Might be Tupperware of all things. I would pick this up at this level and below, which is 14, $15. So Tupperware is a buy at $15 and below. Once you see it hit $15, the market probably is crashed by that time. So $15 and lower is a solid buy for Tupperware. This is a Apex Investor approved value pick. Really good stock, really good company. We have Tupperware at my home. And if you can get this at 15 or less, preferably even $1 if it ever goes down that low again. I don't know what the heck happened there, but that was amazing. And it went all the way back up to as high as 38.59. So imagine that. You'll make almost 40 times your the profit, 40 times your gains. Okay, so move on to the meme stocks. Meme stocks is coming up next. Okay, so it's all about GameStop and AMC today. They just teared it up. They tore it up today. GameStop traded between what's this range? 172 to 348.50. We saw, I think, 7 halts today, which was unprecedented. Still couldn't keep it below uh, 250. It surged right back up. Quite amazing when you consider yesterday. Yesterday was couldn't get past 200, 250. Couldn't get past 250 for a good while. And today, not only did we break 300, but we stayed above 250. And yesterday, Tuesday, it just broke 200, I believe, on Monday. And then on Friday, well, it's been pretty steady since last week. Um, we broke 100 back in the 24th. That's when we broke 100. That was roughly 2 weeks ago, exactly 2 weeks ago when we broke 100, and just never looked back since. I mean, it's dipped here and there to a low of 90. I think the 90 was the real dip. So that's really strong support there. And we saw a lot of strong support once again in the recent days and weeks where it did dip to 180. And then today it dipped down to 180 again. So 180 is really, really, really strong support for GameStop, and it's trading after hours at 255 right now, or last check. But it was slightly up 270 to 255. So that we can expect a really good day in pre-market. And tomorrow it's only going to rise more, probably going to break 300 and stay probably close above 300. Friday, we could see it get to $400, $500 levels, maybe even higher, because of the quadruple witching event where all the options expire, like many, many options, multitude, a myriad of them Okay, so that's all for GameStop. Um, and they had 71 million volume today. AMC, uh, and that's above the 42 million average. AMC also saw a great surge, 259 million volume, above their average again. But they traded between 951 to 1247, and last check they were at 1049. So they are up after hours, and I saw them as high as around 11 or so. Uh, so between 1049 to 11, maybe higher than that. We can expect them to go probably to 11 to 12, maybe higher than that. Could go to 16, and then by the end of the week with the quadruple witching, could go to 20. We'll see what happens with AMC, but AMC is a great play. I mean, if you're going to invest in any two stocks in the stock market, it's AMC and GameStop at this point. There's no other stocks, in my opinion. Express had a strong day, plus 25%. Costs, wow, 69%. All the meme stocks have come back to life, and you can thank GameStop for that. Okay, and it saw a pretty good volume as well, 60 million, above its 4 million average, and Express saw 108 million. Okay, moving on. Looking for high numbers, above 20% preferably. Scan, scan, scan. Still looking. Oh, here we go. Roblox. Okay. All right. This is somewhat deceiving because although the offering price was $45, it didn't open at $45. It actually opened at 60. Yeah, 60.51 is the exact price where it opened. So taking that into account, uh, that's a false number. It really, it's not up 54%. If it didn't open, let's see, 60, 50, 60, 50. Okay, so it went up $9. So whatever 9 is divided by 60, it went up 15%. Okay, so that's the true number. Roblox was kind of disappointing in my opinion. Good thing I didn't invest 2,000 in that. I was going to invest 2,000, but they kept delaying and delaying uh, the stock being traded. It eventually started getting traded at 134 around that time, just after 1:30 p.m. And I had my limit order at 45 ready to go, ready to be filled, but it didn't reach that. So, uh, you know what? I hate to be bearish on this stock because Roblox seems like a pretty good company and they entertain kids, but this is probably going to go back down to 45, I think. I don't know how soon, maybe after 2 weeks, maybe after a month, but only then when it gets down to 45 and under is this a buy. We can possibly double your money because look, 45, if you bought at 45 and it really starts at 45, truly, you would have made 54%. So this is a good stock, but not at that price. Uh, I'd say 45 and under, the offering price and under. This might fizzle out pretty soon. Okay, I think that's all for the meme stocks. And oh, let's look at the volume. 96 million, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. And the market cap doesn't say, but it's over a billion for sure. We're going to look at Reddit next, so stay tuned. Okay. We had a $150 drop and we ended the day green. Wow. Okay. Okay, I want to bring this to people's attention that this is from WSBets.win. GME, AMC, costs, and also Express, EXPR are all synced up now. They're pretty much behaving in the same way, relatively. I mean, AMC and GameStop are probably like the twins, but costs and Express are syncing up just like they did back in January. So, pointing that out. Wow, we have breaking news. This is a big one, actually, 6 hours ago, breaking news. But it says here the hedge funds are currently working with the news to pressure us into selling GameStop or AMC. Re-upload because it got removed due to flare. This time we have proof at 12:41, 20 minutes after GameStop and AMC started dropping like crazy. CNBC posted this article, and that's the link there. It says GameStop surges 40%, then wipes out completely, and it halted again. This means they wrote an entire article with citations, quotations. They got it reviewed, they got it approved, and they got it published in 20 minutes. Nope. Nope. They knew this was going to happen, and they published it to add to the fire after the hedge funds told them so. We all knew CNBC was dog crap, but the timing of it is definitive proof that they are collaborating with the hedge funds, and this whole attack was planned. What do we do now? We hold, we hold, we hold. Nothing can stop us. GameStop, AMC will rise once again. We like the stock. Okay. So some people are criticizing this poster for mentioning AMC. AMC is a great stock, but again, please watch my other video. I just released it just a while ago, just before I released this one, talking about why I switched all my AMC shares to GameStop, and I think I do a good job presenting it. Okay, let's go to the next article. I want to add to what I just read. What I just read is that I was watching Uncle Bruce. I was watching his channel, his live stream during trading hours because all this crap was happening. You know, with the huge drop there from where it was 280, I think, or 340, and then went all the way down to 180, 190. What Uncle Bruce pointed out was that the mainstream media, the boomer news media, were not even reporting on GameStop at all. Nothing about how high it's going or anything like that. Only Yahoo Finance, I think, was doing that. But you didn't see any of these mainstream outlets talking about GameStop at all. They're talking about Roblox. And I'm not hitting on Roblox. I'm just saying, really? Roblox that went up $9 versus GameStop, which went up over $300 today, 340. But only when it gets halted, only when it drops to 180, 190 is the time where they're going to talk about it. When it crashes and burns, or so they thought. There were 6 trading halts in 31 minutes. As you know, or as you may not know, or whatever, every trading halt lasts 5 minutes. This must be a record. I don't ever remember 6 trading halts in one day. That is quite remarkable. Okay, I think there were 7 maybe today. Okay, so SEC and Senate staff investigators, we know you're here. You know we know you're here. It hasn't gone without notice that a narrative is being laid to blame retail investors for the meme stock volatility and to justify intervention for the sake of the market and to protect unsophisticated investors from their own choices. Well, today's wild swings were caused by institutional investor sell-off and further hedge fund antics. Retail investors are and were holding and we're going to continue holding. If there's volatility, it's only because the experts are gaming the system. They're doing illegal things and they're losing at it. The little guys are going to come out on top for once, provided you can avoid the lobbyist calls to save them or bail them out. Don't repeat 2009, please. Wow, 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 wow. Here we go. It says, okay, how did they know it was coming before it came? Article was posted at 11:55. Notice that. Market Watch update. GameStop stock was reaching new heights, but the meme stocks just plummeted. Posted at 11:55 Eastern Time. And then the price started to drop at what? 12:15. That's a whole 20 minutes later. Hmm. Okay. Right, this is the first article now. What just happened? Here's what I think. Prepare for a sweet gamma squeeze. I can't stress this enough. Read the edits. People keep asking the same questions. I already answered. Edit 1. Someone wants this to moon really bad. Loaded up on over 60,000 additional options between 300 and 400. Expiring Friday, March the 12th. That's an increase of 20,000 calls from just 10 minutes. Edit 2. Another 8,000 calls at 800 were bought within the last 5 minutes. That's just flexing at that point. Edit 3. I refreshed the options page 3 times within a few seconds. There are more and more options coming in every second. Someone wants this to be much bigger than we anticipated. Oh man, okay. I'm going to update all the numbers later. There's literally no point because the call volume keeps increasing every few seconds at the moment. Edit 5. Why did they do it today and not tomorrow? That's a good question. So the SSR rule, the short selling restriction rule, is active for Friday? Because I think without this intervention, we would have mooned today if it would have hit 350. But the gamma squeeze wouldn't have been as big as it will be now because they loaded up on almost 100,000 more call options. That's more than 10 million shares having to get bought just by today's additional call volume. I think they wanted to make this moon even more all along. And now this was the right and last moment to prepare the biggest gamma squeeze ever. Holy smoke. This is a great post. Wow. Edit 6. They actually used the same tactic 2 weeks ago, and I found out about it beforehand. Edit 7. Just wanted to clarify the open interest for options gets updated end of day tomorrow. Then we will see how many new calls were added exactly. Volume is not one for one, but seeing this huge spike in volume at the moment gives me reason to believe they added a crap ton of calls. As I said, how many exactly? We will see tomorrow. Edit 8. Why did news outlets get on this so quick? They probably didn't think about it. They just wanted to push the GME squeeze is over narrative ASAP in order to help Citadel and France set off a huge panic sell. This might sound stupid or crazy because I'm just a whatever, but here's what I think happened. No financial advice, just a theory. Too long didn't read. I think hedge funds that want to screw Citadel and friends just caused this drop. So hedge funds caused the drop uh, by selling a large amount of shares in order to trigger the SSR and to load up some shares and options with a lower base price premium. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. So, in order to trigger the SSR, the price had to drop to 222. Okay. So, the trigger is 222. So, it did get there at 180, 190. The price rose steadily with more and more options becoming in the money before the real gamma squeeze starts. They want to make sure that Citadel and friends can't short GameStop tomorrow. Oh, man. Oh, man. And then Friday is going to be a killer. Thursday is going to be, and then, okay, let's just say it. Let's just breathe. Thursday is going to be massive, and Friday is going to be Attack of the Titan. It's going to be amazing. While GameStop dropped down to 172 from 340, holy poop. Almost all stocks in my portfolio went red. Well, I sold all mine, so I didn't really go red. Sold pretty much everything, almost, and looked the same. I think that was someone liquidating assets in order to load up on a lot more GameStop shares and options later today or tomorrow. So the gamma squeeze will be even higher. Seems like I was right with this. I think someone was liquidating assets in order to load up on a lot more GameStop shares and options later today or tomorrow. So the gamma squeeze will be even higher. And uh, Uncle Bruce was saying he thinks it was a short that didn't know what they were doing, but actually this makes more sense. But I love Uncle Bruce. He knows what he's talking about. But I think on this particular incident, I think he's a little bit, I think his speculation was a little off, though. But we'll see. Maybe he was right. Regardless, we're going to see something massive on Friday, the quadruple witching event. Okay. So I'll have to wait and look at the open interest. Someone loaded up on $800 calls for this Friday. Wow. Okay. Someone wants this to the moon really bad. Okay. And I think he's just repeating what he said. So my theory of what is about to happen as I'm writing this, the price is at 205. It's actually 260 actually when it ended. But if it starts to rise, we might see the start of a gamma squeeze. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be the one. So the SSR rule is in place tomorrow. the short sale rule. Sorry, short sale rule, not restrictions. No, it is also known as the Alternative Uptick Rule, or SEC Rule 201. The SSR restricts short sales on a stock that has declined in price by 10% or more from the previous day's close. So once triggered, the SSR remains in effect until the end of the following trading day. That means they can only short on upticks, not on downticks. What happens when they short on upticks? Nothing. They did that the last few days. The price dropped $10 to $15 and immediately recovered a few minutes after. People also bought every dip, making it look like there was no way out for Citadel and friends. So I'll keep this post up to date. Okay, so that's a great post. Okay, I'll pause for the next post. It says here that David Neo spotted this on Twitter, that the article came before the crash. So would you say coordinated market manipulation by Wall Street? And a good comment here says, the next House Financial Committee, the next hearing should be interesting if the committee even bothers to ask the right questions. Good point. So this poster is saying, death throws DD. The SEC/government cannot intervene now. So listen up. If you don't have an aneurysm halfway through, you might just end up with a couple extra wrinkles. Okay. And so this guy's more into psychological rather than technical analysis. So look at this right here. Notice something funny. I've never in my life seen anything quite like it. What you're seeing here, to use scientific terminology, is the stock market equivalent of a mother slapping her child and yelling, "Knock it the F off." It's possible there are some paper retail hands. So he interprets this as institutional longs are fed up. They are saying, without saying, in no uncertain terms, cut it out. It doesn't matter how long this DTCC rule change takes, because until then, we'll hold you accountable for your effery. People have been explaining for weeks now, in an unprecedented scenario like this, the price simply doesn't matter. This is a perfect example. The real price during that time of extreme volatility is the stock market equivalent of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. The real price of the stock uh, for the 45-minute window is essentially any price along any one of those bars. It only becomes real when you observe it. And not too many of us have a Bloomberg terminal just chilling in the living room. So for now, it would be prudent not to attribute any level of importance to price alone. You're far better served looking for DD about more tangible data than looking at charts or technical analysis. So what does this mean? In this video I linked, the SEC, okay, let me just pause it just to get through this. So what he's saying here is even the SEC and government should now be able to recognize that the squeeze is good for everyone except the shorts. So hold, no matter how this shakes out, it will go down as one of the most monumental economic events of the century. Hopefully the SEC/government recognize this, because if not, well, this has the markings of a complete paradigm shift all over it. And this will be in economics history books in 20 years. And that's great. Okay. He's got a good point. Okay, this post is somebody who just woke up, was red pilled to the fact that the MSM has been the enemy of the people all along. This is a red pill. The MSM are the enemy of the people. I'm a truther. I like to look at the truth in everything, not just stocks, not just the news, not just religion, not just food. It's important to be a truther in every aspect of life. Okay, Mr. Time Traveler. With the media blackout as it is, there'll be a point we reach where there'll be a concerted effort to suddenly drop the price. This is a day ago, and immediately spread negative stories in FUD to cause panic. Could come at 300, could come at 1,000. What's important is that you know it's coming and hold when it does. So thank you for the awards. Please save your money for stock. So yeah, this guy predicted the future, but they did it before. The past proves the future. Past proves the present as well. So they did the same thing back in January. So I just tell you, if you're a new shareholder, first time, like the meme says, but they're gonna do it. They did in the past. They did it earlier today. They'll do it again. It's not the last time they'll do it. Okay, so just watch. All right, not a peep from Market Watch all week as shares more than double as soon as a pathetic short attack hits. They've got pre-written articles coming out like it's Christmas. That's great. Wow. Look at that. The media is hiding something big, massive, and this is premeditated for sure, as the top comment correctly says. So this Jeremy C. Owens is calling us WSB trolls. OMG, MarketWatch had that article about GameStop up so fast after it started falling. They must be in on a conspiracy with the hedgies. Actually, we just cover breaking financial news really well. Thanks for thinking it must be a conspiracy to be this good at our jobs. You got found out. This article came out before the dip. Thank you very much. You're going to jail. You should be going to jail. Whoever is involved, they should be penalized to the maximum of the law. Okay. They just confirm what you already know. Okay, let me just pause it again. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. This is legendary. Like, what the heck is that? Is this volume? Like, I don't understand what that is because this looks like the actual price. These are candle bars, I suppose. Wow. What in the world is going on there? That looks like options or something. I'm not sure what that is. But basically, the top comment is saying that players with access to hedge funds, short sells, are getting gobbled up instantly by longs. And what we just looked at was graphical confirmation of what you already know. Price does not matter. The price is at any and all points along those bars on the right at any given millisecond. That is the stock market equivalent of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So the TLDR is hold. So this guy, I think I just read his thread anyway. So we can see that, yeah, what this person is saying that is that the actual price was where those lines were going, which to me looked like it was towards the 300, well, above 300 level anyway. Okay, so if what they're saying is right and true, then the actual price is 340. Okay, we shouldn't be at 260, we'll be at 340. If all works out tomorrow, it'll go to 340 and exceed that number. We might even close above 340. And then Friday is going to probably go to 400, 500, but we'll see. Okay, moving on to the next. So, more breaking news. The Market Watch article that was posted before the drop today at 11:55 Eastern Standard Time was indexed by Google before the market even opened. And it's also been reported to the FBI, the SEC. I don't know how much good that's going to do, but I mean, at least they did something. We'll see if anything progresses with that. But honestly, I don't think anything will happen. They're probably not going to do anything. So it says here the meme stock roller coaster just reached new heights. So it was indexed already way before that dip occurred. Wow. Okay. So we got 2 tabs left and we'll close it. So it says here spread everywhere. Bloomberg News reporting Citadel portfolio manager Chris Wheeler leaves firm. Again, he left twice already. It's like, oh, you know what? I didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? Because my grandmother died. Oh, again? you can leave twice? Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel like that's probably a lie since it is coming from the mainstream media. Just saying. Okay, so this is a good post. It says, "Who knew one of the hottest multi MMORPG multiplayer games GameStop ever sold would be their own stock?" And I love this because it's a great gaming analogy that this is the most exhilarating MMORPG I've ever been involved in. It's got your regular grind and leveling, raid bosses, party quests, clue hunt, and more. 10 out of 10. Yeah, IGN gives it a 7.5. The greatest community of all time. And we make friends and, make money. And it's, I mean, you play video games and yeah, you have loot, but you can't actually use it in real life. This, you can actually use that loot. All right. So let's close it up here. Okay. I'm going to gather my thoughts for the last words of the day. So I want to thank everybody for all their support My videos are consistently getting at least 20 views per video. That's very humbling. I'm so very appreciative of that. Thank you very much for the love. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribers. And please, if you haven't, please like and subscribe to my channel, Apex Investor, and hit the notification bell to let YouTube know that you appreciate this content and you want others to also be helped by what I'm saying here, that you think would benefit other people as well. And please watch my other video on AMC versus GameStop, why I switched over all my money, all my shares from AMC to GameStop, and why you should too. Uh, so Roblox wasn't too great today. It only went up 15%, I think. Wasn't that good. Would be a good buy at 45, like I said earlier. But we did discover Tupperware is a great stock, TUP. And to be honest, it's all about GameStop. I mean, yeah, I want to talk about AMC, but I mean, really, when you come down to it, this meme, this whole thing, Wall Street bets, this revolution started with the GameStop. And by God, it's going to end with GameStop. Um, this is not the real price. It's not really 265. It's all psychological. This price, you might see 265. I actually see 10,000, maybe even 100,000. $1,000 is actually lowball, a really big lowball. It's lowballing it. 10,000 is realistic. I was saying just yesterday, GameStop getting to $1,000 to me is 99.99999%. It's almost a done deal. I mean, there's no guarantees in life, but to me, this is a sure thing in my heart of hearts. Okay. I know there's going to be a lot of volatility on the way there. So you got to hold strong, because if you do sell, like for instance, if somebody does what they did today, where they sold at 340, and whether that was planned or not, I really don't know. But let's just say somebody had paper hands, they're going to lose out, because this will get to 1,000 and they could have sold at that price. But again, I don't rule out what was posted in Reddit, that it could very well be a planned, it was coordinated for this to happen in order for the SSR to be triggered, so that Thursday would be massive and Friday would be a titan. Okay. So yeah, GameStop is going to 1,000. It's not a meme. 10,000, very realistic as well. I could see it going to 5,000 pretty easily. Well, not easily, but I could see that happening. 1,000, then 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. As long as you keep holding, it's going to go up. Okay. And 10,000 is in the book. It's in play. The squeeze is in play. And then finally, 100,000. I don't know. I'm a little iffy on that. 500,000. I'm saying, yeah, you guys joking. A million, like, come on now, get real. A million, come on, really? AMC, how high will that go? I'm predicting at the highest 40 to 50. I don't see it going past 100, but 40 to 50 is realistic. I see $20 as a 99.99% event, 30 probably 90, 40 probably 70, 75. 100 probably 10% chance, but GameStop just sees higher highs and lower lows. AMC sees highs, but again, not to this degree. You can just look at that. 84% versus 586. So please watch my other video. I just posted it a while ago, earlier today. It is GameStop versus AMC, and it explains what this means in greater detail. And I go through the simple math of it. So do watch that. And this is Apex Investor signing out. We'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a massive day tomorrow. Thank you again. And God bless all your investments, and God bless you too. Thank you very much.